Hey guys, Justin, Bulldog here. Hibernation is over, although it's kind of been snowing the last couple days. It's going to be 60 something tomorrow. Either way, it's been a good hibernation. We bought a lot of toys. We need to start paying for them. First job of today, got all the toys. Skidsteer, truck, trailer, tractor, brought them all. We're going to install a road right behind me, and it's going to be 15 feet long. Why do we have to bring all the toys? Because I know I can do it no problem with the tractor, and I can fail with the skid steer, and that's what I'm going to try to do. And if things go wrong with the skid steer, I got the tractor with me, and I'm 99% sure we're going to do it without a hitch. I had some other videos about, starting a business, this, that, and other thing. Well, now we're starting into dirt work with the skid steer. Kind of our first time doing it. We got Conrad, who's, a better operator than me, but this will be my first go at doing, for hire dirt work with a skid steer. When you start a business, you might, not want to charge and just kind of learn the equipment. Brought the tractor with me, so if things go south with the skid steer, I'll come and bail myself out with the tractor and knock out the job, and that's how I can justify charging the client for this work. Without further ado, we got a little bit of work to get done. Let's see what happens. Since it's a debut of the Takeuchi, one more side-by-side comparison. Cut my teeth with the tractor. I'm still a much more confident operator on a tractor than I am the skid steer, compact track loader, whatever. This thing is big for the sake of just being big. It's like, I want to be a big girl. I'm going to be a big girl. Lot of horsepower, a lot of weight. Wow. I can see myself getting into trouble really fast with that. And this thing still performs. This is still my pride and joy. This is my love. Couldn't do everything I do without this and its versatility, and it's just lightweight precision, like a surgeon. Anyways, let's get back to the project. A few days before, we marked everything with white paint and white flags to call for locates to make sure we don't hit any fiber optic lines, electric lines, communication lines, gas lines. So we did all that. The area is marked clear, and they spray painted clear up here, as well as my locates came in. Everything's clear. I'm thinking we're going to do the road. It's going to be 15 feet wide, excavation. We're only going to gravel 12 feet wide. That's pretty standard. I think we're going to do it somewhere right through here. But we got one other road. Let's go take a look at our let's go take a look at our locates and make sure that site's ready also. All right, so this area is a little more ugly. We have gas and electric. I think that's gas. Let's go take a look. Usually, my apologies. Critical fiber optic lines. Critical. Awesome. And this electric, this power company, we need to go down about 8 inches. We're probably okay, but I think I don't want to hit critical, what do we say? Critical fiber lines nearby. So we're going to pothole this end and this end, and hopefully in the middle it doesn't go up. But if we pothole the two outsides, hopefully they're deep enough, and hopefully we don't have to hand shovel a whole lot. I'm guessing they're 2 feet below grade. The problem is when you start assuming grade, landscape grades change quite a bit. So 2 feet below existing grade when they were put in is not always the same grade that you see today, and that's how a lot of people get into trouble. So we're just going to hand dig a couple test holes for the critical fiber and a couple potholes for the electric, of which neither one sounds good to hit. All right, status update. We're dug that deep. We're not seeing anything. I want my little road to be higher elevation so water doesn't, sit on it, so it sheds water. We're safe. We're good. The utilities are below us, way below where we're going. We're only going to shave about 4 inches just to get out of some of this black dirt, build it up with rock base, and then crushed rock on top of that. Same with the electric. Dug forever. We're good. Next thing, let's start excavating. This is going to be fun. This is going to be my first for-hire skid steer road build excavation. I'm excited. Let's do it. All right, quick update. Took a can of paint and established my outside boundary. Maybe it's inside, couldn't tell you. And made a straight path kind of where they're already driving. But I didn't want to get too close to the tree, right? So found a break in the pavement. Said, hey, let's run with it. It's close enough. Ran a line up there. Every 3 or 4, I don't know, it did like 3 or 4 tape measures over to 15 feet to get my outside or its inside boundary taped off. So it's going to be my full 15 feet wide. Typically a road, a gravel drive, 12 feet. I'm going to go 15 feet. We're going to use some base rock over here. This is what we're going to lay down for a base. And then we have finished. We're going to do a wear course. So a base layer and a wear course. We're also going to use fabric. I chose fabric. A couple reasons. One, I don't want to excavate too deep. Fabric saves on materials and excavation. That's its primary purpose. You don't have to use fabric. You got to excavate deeper. You got to use more material. We're going to use fabric for this. I want my road to be higher, 15 by 30, I guess. Maybe it's a 30 foot. Kind of forget off the top of my head. Anyways, we got a quantity of 4 inches of base for our excavation and 4 inches of crushed recycled concrete. Got old Taki. The kids named the Takeuchi, I can't even pronounce it. No one can pronounce it, so we call them Takis. My daughter loves the Takis. I can have like 2 and that's enough. So here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna excavate 4 to 6 inches. We're gonna put 4 inches, we're gonna lay down our fabric for the length. The width of the fabric is your standard 12/6. It's an extra 6 inches because it gives you a little bit of shoulder. We're gonna use full 15 foot width of our base above our fabric. Then we're gonna top dress it with our top coat. So 15-foot wide excavation, fabric down the center, base rock on that, wear or finish top over that. 4 inches and 4 inches, that's 8 inches. We're gonna excavate roughly about 6 inches. We're gonna keep our road about 2 inches tall to help with erosion and water pooling. When water sits on a road, that's about the worst thing you can have for a gravel road. We want the water to get the heck off our road. Quick little update. That's how we marked off our area, called for locates. Now all I gotta do is run Takeuchi for a road for the first time. Well, this is gonna get exciting. Okay, the wind died down for a second. Hey folks, as much as I'd like to say I was better than this, this is where I'm at today. Hey, we all learn, we all have to learn, right? I would tackle it with the tractor. I would set the rear tiller, rototiller, at 4 inches. We'd come through here. The front bucket doesn't have enough weight. It's not going to cut through this clay without a lot of force. So I'd be able to feel my way at 4 inches or so all through this, probably make a second pass, come down another 2 inches, and I'd have a perfect 6-inch depth with the rototiller and front end loader of the tractor. I'd do a much better job. That's not the point of today. The point of today is try to use the skid steer, see, just start getting comfortable with it. The tractor is already attached to me. It's like an extra body part. I know exactly what everything does. I'm just in tune with it. The tractor feels like it's a part of my body. The skid steer, whoa, that is 120 horsepower, 12,800 pounds, 13,000 pounds, 6.5 tons of power. Different animal. And I can't see the cutting edge. I don't like the bucket. We're probably going to shop for a new bucket. And there's a lot of play on the bottom bushing. We're learning. So this is kind of where we're at. I obviously got to do some touch-up, cleanup, but not a whole lot. Just right down at the bottom. Then we're gonna throw the fabric and start rocking this baby. We almost got it. So it's a little windy out here. Trying to lay fabric with a one-man band. We had a little bit of a kite episode going on, but since I don't have full confidence in my operating abilities with the skid steer, and I think by accident I'm gonna turn and have a mess of fabric everywhere, I'm gonna jump in the tractor real quick and just start trying to dump some base aggregate. Once I get the base done, then we'll jump back in the skid steer so I can, practice my abilities on that. But I got to get some rock on this, because kite episode number 2, let's not have that happen. I got work to do. All right, we marked off our swim lanes. We got 15 feet wide. I have finally measured the bucket on the skid steer. It's about 7 foot. So somewhere around 2 bucket widths is kind of our target. We got our locates. We know our utilities are well below where we need to go. Hopefully this one is not as much amateur hour, but yeah, we're still an amateur hour. But this one, at least I'm not going up a weird kind of grade. It should be just skim off the sod. Until that doesn't work. Let's get to work. So unlike, some other channels that work on their own property, I go on to commercial property, residential property. I go on to properties that aren't mine. I've never been to them before. I do everything I can to mark utilities. What I can't ever mark is sprinkler system, and that's what we hit here. It's seeping, clear water. These are the zones. The cables for the different zones for the solenoids. At least we didn't, nick that. We didn't nick the critical fiber optic or the Excel Energy, high power electric lines. I was trying to come down just a little bit more, and I got boogered up by this. This is a monster rock, and I was trying to, flip the rock up and hit a irrigation line. And all my quotes, contractor not responsible for private utilities. And in-ground irrigation, that's a private utility. Not responsible. I still feel lousy for hitting it, but I never knew it was there. Client never knew. It's one of those things that you just find. But we're going to, fill this back up and try to get that rock out of there and keep going with amateur hour. Like another example of contractors going out to someone's property that has no idea about what's been buried here. I don't know what this is. This is a bunch of chain tied to a dead man anchor and a bike lock. I don't. I mean, it's one treasure after another. Yeah. That said, I mean, it's been boulder after boulder. This dirt is about as hard as it's freaking hard dirt. And I want our road to be a higher elevation than the dirt, than the finished grade. When I say dirt, I think we're gonna call it good enough for where we're at, and dress it up. Let's throw some fabric on this and stop finding treasures. All right, that's going to be enough for the excavation. We got fabric for a reason. I didn't want to excavate deep. I'm done with amateur hour on the Skidsteer. That thing just wants more horsepower. I'm not ready to go wide open throttle and push it the way it wants to so it can, hit that power band. I'm not there yet. Side note, as a new operator, new equipment operator, new piece of equipment, I don't necessarily think, going wide open throttle is the correct way to learn. I think you can get into what I'm trying to say is, I think you can get yourself into a heck of a lot of trouble just going wide open throttle right out of the bat. I'll get there. Ain't there yet. Tractor, we're good. But I think this is how we're going to leave it, and start covering it up with rock before the next big wind gust. Let me know your thoughts. Did I chicken out and cost the client more money laying fabric? Or did I make the right call and not have an accident, not cut a critical fiber optic line, a power cable line? Or what would you do? First time out, leave a comment. Let me know. Help me get better. When we all help each other, we all get better, right? It's just the way it is. What the heck, huh? That'll work for a subgrade, so to speak, base layer. We'll be able to really make it shine with the top layer, the wear layer, and then dress up the sides with. We got a bunch of black dirt. We got the TR3 rake and the John Deere. We're gonna make that. We'll make it look pretty. No problem there. Yeah, let's throw the crushed, recycled concrete on and wrap this one up. Well, a quick little update. Day number 2. So we can see the project is done. Pushed all the dirt. I have countless videos of me grading out dirt. I didn't see a whole lot of value in that. The TR3 does what the TR3 was born to do, and that's finished grade dirt, soil, clay, sod clumps, and or gravel, recycled concrete. Beautiful tool. You can also see the tractor next to the skid steer. The Taki, I think is what the family's going to call it. Taki is big just for the sake of being big and saying, hey, look at me. So yeah, got a little gradual ramp coming in. Got some dirt, finished up on the side. We still got to seed it and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do a little bit of handwork, a little bit of raking, I'm not exactly sure what this is for. All I know is they want to transport employees from a building over there through this parking lot to this building. That seems weird to me. I also didn't ask a whole lot of questions. I built it for, a moderate-sized vehicle. So we went down and we used fabric, 4 inches of 1.5 inch to 2 inch, and then top dressed it with recycled concrete, which packs harder than almost virgin concrete once you get a little bit of water. Hopefully we get a little bit of rain, a light rain, and this is going to be pretty much permanent. So that's kind of that. Show you the other side. So this is the other side of the project. Not a whole lot to it, and that's exactly what I was hoping to kind of cut my teeth with the Skidsteer, compact track loader, whatever. Taki, I'm gonna call it Taki. It cut sod pretty well. Pretty sure I need to flip the what do you call that? The cutting edge. It is double-sided and the other side is brand new, so we'll flip that around. Other than that, I can see, needing a tooth bucket. This is pretty hard to get in. Honestly, I think the tractor with the rototiller, I would have had a lot more controlled bite, and the tractor ain't gonna go down the hard pan, so whatever the tiller would chop it up, set that elevation. Might have been a little bit easier, but then again, it was only 20 feet long, so it worked out and it was a good experiment. Other than that, we got some of the black dirt, spread off. The client is a good client. Calls me up, says, hey, come do a walk down with me, a site walk, and give me an estimate and just go to work when you can do it. That is pretty much a contractor's dream. There's no back and forth trying to value engineer and get the costs down. He's fair with me. I'm very fair with him. He had a low spot right here. He just wanted this area kind of built up to push the water down a little bit, and then he wanted a channel kind of cut into the there's a big drainage ravine all through here, and it's completely overgrown with that European English buckthorn, which is too bad. That invasive buckthorn is just ransacking central Minnesota, is what it is. It's also the reason why we got Taki. So with every negative, hopefully there's a positive. But anyways, back to this project. This again, critical buried fiber, high voltage, utility, underground power. Thankfully no gas, but still utilities. You saw me pothole them. We went down, 2 feet. I didn't hit anything. We're good because we're only taking off 4 to 6 inches of topsoil anyways. And you saw me hit irrigation line, which still feel bad about, but I keep trying to figure out how that's my fault. And I can't figure out how an unmarked private utility is always going to be a contractor's fault. I'm also not set up for irrigation. I'm just not. Most residential jobs that have in-ground irrigation, I pass on them because now I have enough work where I'm blessed. Now I can start passing on jobs. Anyways, this is it. Put in, I don't know if you can see it, there's a slight little channel coming through here, little swale that wraps around over what we were discussing. Lift this area up, cut in a drainage ditch over there. So a little, add-on, a little bit of, extra grading, not a big deal. It's a great client. It was scope creep. As long as he's fair with me and I'm fair with him, it's no big deal. And that's, I guess, the next kind of thing is do good work, be fair with your clients, and hopefully you can get that perpetual motion behind you. We haven't even really started advertising, and the phone's been ringing off the hook. So hope you enjoyed the video. Going to be a lot more Takis, a lot more scoopies, dumpies. I don't know what we're going to call the new trailer, but there's going to be a lot more videos. Going to be everything from commercial gravel jobs, driveway installs, forestry mulching, lawn installs, lawn renovations. We got a lot coming. Appreciate your time. Thanks for sticking to the end. If you see me doing it, you already know you can do it. Maybe you can do it better than me. Hey guys, cheers from the Bulldog. Oh, you did good, girl. Real good.